Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Hey, you made it through the week. You may not have had a great week, but you know what? You made it through, and you will continue to make it through. My tie for today. Surely you Buccaneers fans out there, y'all sounded the alarm yesterday because I have not represented the Bucks yet. Y'all, I was waiting till today. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you won your game and you are leading the division. Great win for you, Tampa Bay. Y'all might ink into the playoffs yet. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. At the end of the video, please comment, like, and share the video. Thank you all so much to all of my current subscribers. I appreciate you so much. All of the support you show me, all of the love that you show me. And thank you for all of your emails. And also, I just want to make note of it. When I shouted out my village, y'all, some of those women were so happy to hear their name called. Sometimes you just got to say the names of the people who've been there for you. Remember, it's Food for Thought week for the ladies. I will talk about the men next week. Don't worry. I'll get them too. But young ladies, I want to get back to you. Yes, I know you keep saying in your emails, I'm grown. I'm grown. I get that. But even grown people can learn something. So, and then when you keep saying, I don't need nobody to tell me nothing, may I say this just from observations? Why are so many women, young and old, why are you so miserable? Some of you, not all. Why are so many of you women unhappy? You're angry. Why are you so mean? Why are you so combative, just ready to argue and fuss and fight all the time? What happened to you? What happened in your life to make you this way? Who hurt you so much that you're angry and you're bitter and you're just mad all the time and you mean all the time? Who hurt you? Who broke you so bad until you walking around with all of this pent up rage and animosity? What's the real issue? Why don't you trust men? Can I say this? Some of you got daddy issues. I said it. Some of you got daddy issues. Now, some of you were very blessed and fortunate, as I was, to have a grandfather in my life, uncles in my life who poured into me, who protected me and didn't violate me in any way. Some of you didn't have that. Some of you knew who your daddies were. And I'm not saying the term father for a reason. Listen at what I'm saying. Some of them, they're your daddy. And that's all you know about them. You've seen them sporadically. They wasn't consistently in your life. I get that that could be part of your problem. See, the most important part of a little girl's life is her daddy. Receiving love from her daddy. Receiving validation from her daddy. The first male in a little girl's life sets the tone for the rest of her life. The men that surround you as a little girl can either make you or break you. Because if they mishandle you in any way, and y'all know what I'm talking about, that can mess you up for the rest of your life. If they touch you the wrong way, I want to know, why are you angry? Why do you have this rage inside of you and it's coming off on the wrong person? Some of you are angry with your mama. You mad at mama. Why? See, y'all, we can all talk about how the young ladies are in the world, but there's some older women been through some things that they never got help for. they never got therapy for, because it was taboo in a lot of communities and a lot of cultures. It wasn't no therapy and counseling offered. I hear what you say in your emails when you say, I don't feel comfortable telling people of other ethnicities or other races about my problems because they can't relate to me. I clearly understand that, because I experienced that when I needed grief counseling, because I was grieving, and really, y'all, grief is real. When that woman that you know, your ride or die, loved you, protected you, nurtured you, raised you, poured into you, when that person is gone and you can't get yourself right, no matter how hard you try to pray about it, and you find yourself sinking deeper and deeper in depression. And thank God, I knew, as a professional therapist, I have a degree in that, I knew I need to go get some help, because I can't do this right now. Sometimes you can't, and I felt like I can't do this alone. I need some help. Well, you, Pastor KZ, you a church woman. You didn't talk to none of the ladies at church. There's some things I just couldn't talk to them about. Need to step away sometime and talk to somebody who don't have an opinion on it, or who's not too close to it. And I know the first therapist I went to, there was no connection. We didn't gel, because first of all, where she came from, of a different culture, a different race, she says they grieve differently. She said, well, I don't know what the problem is. My mom died, and when they called me and told me, I stayed at work, finished my shift, and I said, it's nothing I can do, just take it to the morgue. And I'm like, okay, I already know this ain't gonna be good. This is not a good fit for me. And as she was describing that, she was so cold to me, said it so cold, like, well, I just went on, hired somebody to pack up her things, and we cremated her the next day and moved on. And I said, you know what? I don't think we're a good fit. Not that I didn't think I needed to talk to somebody. I just knew she wasn't the one to talk to. So I found another therapist who helped me, who was more compassionate, who understood what it was like. So just because one therapist don't work out for you, don't stop trying to get help. So some of you keep walking around with all of this pent up stuff inside you, hidden secrets, things that have happened to you. Some of you are walking around with guilt, with shame, with blame. You're walking around with anger, and some of it, y'all, the root cause of it is something broke inside of you. Something happened to you either when you were younger, or even during your teenage years, or your early adult years. Something happened to you. Somebody hurt you. Somebody broke you. Some situation, it hurt you. Now, some of you got abandonment issues. You're angry with your mother because you feel like she didn't do enough, maybe. Some of you may be angry because you feel like your mama didn't protect you from that monster of a boyfriend who was in the house with y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to address this more next week, because y'all would not believe the men who are saying that the monster that was in the house with them, the man that was in the house with them, was nothing but a monster. We'll talk about that next week with the men more. But some of you girls, some of you ladies, some of you women, you had monsters in your house. Whether it was your uncles, whether it was your mama's boyfriend, whether it was your mama's husband. Now you're thinking. Some of you are angry because you feel like, I told my mama what he was doing, and she didn't do nothing. She's still with him. Yeah, you could look at your mother a different way. Some of you are angry with your mother, but you won't say what the real reason is. Have you ever just really sat down and had a conversation with her or your grandmother? You might be able to understand better why they are the way they are. Some of you younger women, do you not know that maybe your mother was or still is a good woman? Your grandmother's a good woman, but the man that she chose didn't love her right, wasn't responsible enough. Maybe the man that she loved didn't treat her right. Maybe he beat on her. Maybe he cheated on her. And if you younger women would sit down sometime and had a real woman to woman talk with your mama or your grandmama or your aunties or your godmama, and have a real talk, not as a mother to a daughter, but woman to woman, because you ought to be able to handle what she gonna say to you. Because remember, y'all keep telling me I'm grown, so grown folks need to have grown folks conversation. And sometimes what your mama, your grandma, your aunties might tell you, you might not be prepared to hear it, because you walking around holding all of this rage inside, and you walking around with this brokenness. But guess what? Them women that's ahead of you probably done experienced the same thing. And the reason they own you and trying to tell you, because they don't want you to end up like them. See, some of these women now are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, and they done experienced some things. And you're around here talking about, well, my mom ain't married, my grand ain't married. It's a reason. Maybe the man they wanted to marry just didn't love them enough to do them the right, treat them right. Maybe the man that they did marry didn't treat them right. And the best thing was for them to part ways. And the best thing happened to some of you younger ladies is the fact that the man was not in the home. And don't misunderstand what I'm saying, because I am a strong advocate for two-parent homes. Don't get that twisted. What I'm saying is, if there was abuse in the home, if there was any type of violation and mishandling in the home, that man should exit the home, because he has jeopardized and put at risk everybody else in the home. Y'all feel me? You understand what I'm saying? Also, this bitterness that you all got, this just resentment some of you is carrying around, it's visible. It's noticeable. Some of you young ladies, y'all don't know how to hide your feelings. Older women know how to hide their feelings and don't put it all out there. Remember the other day when I said church women? But this doesn't just apply to church women. Some women, they have learned how to put the best on the outside. Some women have learned to put that smile on your face and keep on going. Because you know, if you sat for a minute and thought too long about your situation and your baggage and your abandonment issues and your frustration issues, knowing that, hey, shoot, girl, if you want the truth, daughter, I'm going to tell you something. And you don't want to hear when your mama say, baby, let me tell you something. Your daddy was a piece of you know what. Okay, I know you love him, and I'm not talking against him, but I'm just telling you, he might be a good daddy, but he wasn't nothing as a husband. Or your mama might tell you, baby, you sitting around here talking about your daddy and you want to be with your daddy, or why your daddy left us. Baby, go ask him. Go ask him. And for those of you who sitting around saying, I ain't got no daddy. How you got here, girl? How did you get here? Because mama sure didn't get you by herself. So it had to be a male involved. So you got a daddy. He might not have been a father to you, but you got a daddy. And you know what, girls? And I'm saying girls, because your behavior is not a grown woman behavior. The way you acting, the way you flip it with your mouth, the way you disrespectful, the way you think you don't need nobody, and you so grown nobody can tell you nothing. That daddy that you angry with, why don't you call him up and say, Dad, I want to talk to you? Or if you don't want to call him daddy, call him Mr. So-and-so. Can we talk? And you go to him and look him directly in the eye, woman to man, because remember, you grown now, even though you're going to stand before this man, and the little girl in you going to come out, because now them tears going to start, and you're going to be, Daddy, why you didn't love us enough? Why you left me, Daddy? Why you weren't there to protect me? You were never there for me, Daddy. I looked around for you to pick me up from school. I looked around for you to come and watch me in the band, watch me play sports. I looked for you, Daddy. And you wasn't there. Where were you? I looked for you, Daddy, to be there for me, to help me. Why couldn't you call me on my birthday? I never saw you on my birthdays, Daddy. I never saw you Christmas. Where were you? Yeah, you drove by once upon a time and may have dropped off some money to my mama, but you didn't spend no time there, Daddy. Why? I get that maybe you and mama just broke up, but what about us? Just because you and her broke up or you and mama divorced, did you divorce us? Did you divorce me, Daddy? And I'm your blood. I'm your firstborn, or I'm your secondborn, or I'm your baby girl. Where were you? I looked for you the day I graduated from high school. I know I'm ringing a bell and I'm striking a nerve right now. Y'all, I am telling you, these young ladies is not just out there being wild and doing this stuff. It's a root cause to these behaviors. It's a reason these girls are so free with their body, because their daddy ain't been in their life to tell them, baby, don't give it all away. Carry yourself as a young lady. Or your daddy ain't there to tell you, like my grandfather was there or my uncles was there to tell me. You conduct yourself with respect and with class, because ain't no boy gonna respect you if you don't respect yourself. I got those words from the men in my village. And I'm gonna shout out the men in my village next week when I'm talking about men. And some of you didn't get that. Some of you did not get that. Some of you is coming from a place of bitterness. You coming from a place of hurt. And when a person is hurt, it reflects on their behavior. Now, mamas, grandmamas, aunties, sometimes you need to back away and listen to what the young lady is saying to you. And that is an opportunity for effective communication. When she running off at the mouth, talking and being flippant and saying all of this stuff, that is then your opportunity to say, okay, you wait a minute. Now, I have heard you. Now, what you're going to do is shut your mouth, because no matter what you think, I'm still your mama. I brought you in this world, or I'm still your grandmother. And I helped raise you, and you're not going to speak to me that way. You're going to shut your mouth, and you want to hear the truth since you so grown? Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. Now we can get somewhere, because now everybody can tell their truth. And now we can get to the healing. Sometime to get to the healing, some hurt, you got to walk through the hurt. You got to walk through the past of your life. Hurts and pains and shames. You got to stop blaming other people for your nasty ways and accept the fact that you need help. Something is broken inside you. You don't know how to fix it, but can you help me? Reach out to some people. Stop saying hurtful things, because you know what? The more you spew this hurt and this anger and this bitterness, one day you're going to go too far. You're going to overstep. You're going to cross a line with them people who have been there for you, and that you're never going to be able to come back to them. In spite of what you might think, y'all, family is everything. Family is everything. Even if you don't talk every day, even if you don't see each other every week, family is everything. Because one thing you know, you can always call your family. Or you can always, if you get hungry, I'm going by to Aunt so-and-so. Or somebody in the village, I'm going over here to Miss Lucy. I know Miss Lucy cooked today. I'm hungry. And you ain't even got to say you hungry. Because the first thing them older women going to do, baby, have a seat. You done ate? You want something to eat? I done cooked. Go in there and make you a plate. And while you making your plate, that spirit of discernment done already kicked in. That intuition done kicked in. Now, she came over here today for something. And it wasn't just about food. And while you sitting down there eating that meal, y'all done seen enough Mud Deal movies, and you all done lived this. Grandma, granny, auntie, mama, they start talking. Well, baby, how you been? I ain't seen you in a while. What's been going on with you? How them children? How things going since you're living out there on your own? You still got that same boyfriend? He ain't beating on you, is he? They asking you things. Now they drawing you in, and while you sitting there eating, you going to put that fork down and the tears going to flow. And all big mama, auntie, grandma, granny, all they going to do is get up from that table and embrace you and let you lay your head on them and say, baby, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Because, baby, believe it or not, I done been there. I might not have been through what you going through, but I done been through something. I don't know. When I talk about this, I get chills. Think about what I said. I can't go no further because I'll break down because, y'all, I'm telling you, I have encountered some phenomenal women. It's some phenomenal women in my life, and they've been there for me. From a baby all the way through college, even to now, this day. The ones that remain on this earth in my village, I can pick up the phone day or night, anytime, and I know they're going to answer that phone. And the first thing they're going to say is, baby, what's wrong? What you need from me? Come on over here. If they don't tell you to come on over there, because some of them might tell you, baby, I don't drive at night. But if I can get an Uber, or if you want to come over here and pick me up, or you want to just come over here and stay, that's a beautiful thing to know that you got somebody. You young ladies out there talking about you don't need nobody. Yes, you do. Or I ain't got nobody. Yes, you do. We've all made some mistakes. We've all made some bad choices. We have made some poor selection of some of the partners we've chosen. Y'all, I didn't get marriage right the first time. I didn't even get it right the second time. But you know what? I didn't give up on love. I didn't give up on the sanctity of marriage, because I am, if nothing else, a Christian woman. And I don't believe that the Most High God brought me this far to leave me. And I don't believe God wants me out there in and out, in and out, in and out of relationships with people, adding body counts to me, laying up with people who have no intention of becoming my husband. Y'all got expectations the wrong way, ladies. Y'all thinking these men supposed to take care of you and pay your bills, and you don't have a ring on your finger. He don't have to do that for you because you not his wife. I am a wife. I am a stepmother. And I expect my husband to provide, because that's what the words say a man's supposed to do. It don't say nothing about your boyfriend or your baby daddies. If he wants to gift you something every now and then, great. If he want to gift you and fill your tank up with gas, that's great. But you around here making all of this long list of what a man got to do for you. What you doing for yourself? Because see, you don't have a standard where, you know what, if I date you for a year and a half and this ain't going nowhere, I'm not going to stay here in this if your intent is for a husband. I'm sorry, but when a man is saying he puts a ring on your finger and say we engaged, I'm gonna just give you a promise ring. What you taking a promise ring from a man and you already over 25, you already over 35, you already over 50? Who gets a promise? Where they doing that at? A promise ring. What is he promising to do? You've been wearing a promise ring 4 years, girl. You done had 4 birthdays since then. Now what, you 35, 36? Now you moved up and you engaged. Okay, so you've been engaged 5 more years. Girl, do you get the time you wasting here? Now you in your 40s. Still no marriage license. Girl, he's not gonna marry you. Why should he? There's no stipulation. He's getting all of the milk free. And along the way, some baby calves are coming. If not from you, from someone else. And can I say this to you young ladies? Those of you who dating guys who have children, understand their children gonna come before you. And I'm gonna say this. Some of you young ladies out there who don't have children, and you dating men with children, and you feel like that's a problem for you, then maybe you need to find a guy who don't have no kids, and maybe the two of you get together, have a relationship, marry, and y'all have your own children, because you know what? You two can share in the excitement of all of that. And I'm going to just give you this right now. All men don't have children. Let's just stop it. Okay? There are some men who do not have children, who want children, but they want a woman who will be their wife. So stop saying, well, pretty much now everybody, Pastor KZ, all these men got babies. They got kids and baby mamas. That's not true. I know a lot of young men who looking for good women, and they don't have children. And you know what some of them say? And I'm going to talk about this next week. Some of these young men say, and they ain't going to date no woman with children because they want to make their own family, because they don't want to deal with your baby daddy's drama. Think about it. So some of you ladies, if you involved with a guy and you can't stand the fact that he got visitation rights with his children and his kids is over to your house all the time, and he put his kids first and he got to go pay child support and do this and that for his kids, if that's a problem for you, that relationship needs to end, because it's not going to change. It's not. And now you suspect he's still sleeping with one of his baby mamas. You're just wasting your energy there. This is just food for thought for you ladies. Think about what I've said. And maybe some things, mama, grandma, auntie, granny, mima, nana, maybe some of the things that they've been saying to you might just help you. Think about it. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back Monday. Always be blessed, and you're going out and you're coming in, and don't worry. Things going to turn around. Things are going to get better. But you have got to want to do better. The Most High is not going to just force his way on you. Just like the women in your life, your village, they're not going to keep trying to force this wisdom down your throat. They're going to eventually back away from you and watch you fall and crumble. And some of you, that's where you're headed. Get yourself balanced and get focused and understand. Sometimes people are not trying to hurt you. They're trying to help you by telling you the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. But you got to be woman enough and, as y'all say, grown enough to hear the truth. Do something about it. Y'all do better. I'll see you next week. And remember, next week, we're going to talk about the men. I didn't leave them out. I pray that you got a word this week from some of the things I was saying. And I pray that it encourages you to take a look at your life as you're going into the new year and modify some things. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.